All right, so we are back again, people. We are back. I do apologize for game week 3 review show. I did not get to do it, but we can just do a quick run through of that, yeah, so that you guys get a technically a bit of an update on where that is concerned. Chapleton Maroons defeated Portmore United 3-2, which I first in years have seen Portmore United conceding 3 goals. First in a long while. Disappointing results for the Portmore United supporters, but a huge result for the Chapleton Maroons supporters. Montego Bay defeated Dunbeholden, who was actually in the game for a long period of time. 2-1 in that game. Dunbeholden tend to play very well at home. Draw between Treasure Beach and Malines. That game ended 2-2. Arnett defeated Abberview 5-2. Fabian Reed Brace, a big performance also from Kelson. So it was definitely an exciting game. And the final match there, we saw Tivoli defeating Police FC 2-1. Police FC scoring their first goal of the campaign from a free kick, technically from about 30 yards out. And Waterhouse defeating title holders Cavalier 1-0 in a really tough matchup. Now we move on to game. Now we move on to game week 4, where the televised game will be back on One Love TV. So just go up on Google and type it in, One Love TV. Unfortunately, for those who don't have internet, not internet, cable TV like myself, probably have to go pay. I'm gonna say I can find a way around that. So I'm gonna try to get my cable box. I'm gonna try to get my cable box so that I can get to watch some of the games then. Anyways, all right. So as it stands, so we have Portmore United versus Spanish Town FC. Spanish Town FC at the bottom of the table. Portmore United in 5th position. Portmore United lost, as I said, to Chapleton, Phoenix Chapleton Maroon in a horrible fashion, but definitely I think that's a one-off basis. But it shows that we can concede, which is one of our biggest attributes for the past couple of years. Not conceding 3 goals, and now we concede 3 goals. But as I said, Spanish Town would have gotten some confidence that because they have scored a goal now, Portmore United look to be leaking, they definitely get some confidence. But at the end of the day, I think Portmore United still in a big position, and will be a little bit too much this time around to get to beat Portmore United. This is going to be a tough one for Spanish Town Police. A team that is very feared because of their defensive structure. It depends on if the goal scorers come out, but if Portmore United can't deliver quite a few goals in this game, I think it's going to send a bad message to the Portmore United support base. But they need to score some goals. Definitely can't depend on our defensive structure. Need to score some goals, certainly. But I'm still expecting Portmore United to win this game. This game is going to be played at Draxall. It's a 1 p.m. game. And hot sun. So you know that go already. So going to say Portmore United 3-0. Or probably 3-0 for this one. Should be an interesting match. Should be a goal scoring match for Portmore United. So let's see how that one materialized. Next up on the agenda at Draxall, again, the final game for Draxall for Sunday is Mount Pleasant versus Cavalier. Champions versus second place for back-to-back years. No matter you put it, either Mount Pleasant are champion, and the Cavaliers are second place. Cavaliers are champions, Mount Pleasant at second place. So this one should be an interesting one. Now, fun fact, Cavaliers still in a position to try gain some momentum and gain some confidence. They just lost to Waterhouse. So Cavaliers have a lot to work on in regards to structure of the team, the new players coming in and bedding right away. So that in itself is going to be a bit tough for Cavalier, whilst Mount Pleasant have a bit more of a settled squad in some sense, quite a lot of experience in the team and a lot of quality in the team. I do think now this game might be a draw game. I'm going to look at a 1-1 draw. I'm going to say on the fence for this one. For this game, I think I'm potentially looking at a draw for this matchup. Next on the agenda is Treasure Beach versus Racing FC. 2 teams coming from the tier 2. Treasure Beach now coming back up. Well, Racing was in Premier League last year, but Treasure Beach coming up back from the tier 2. And they're expecting to do good. But Racing is in flying form this season. They are impeccable. As it stands presently, Racing is a team in third position on 6 points from 2 games, and they are looking good. Defeated Waterhouse and defeated Arnett in fine style. So they are confident, and I think that this is going to be a tough game for Treasure Beach. Racing at this moment is a free-flowing goal-scoring team. They got a long rest because of the international break, and they didn't play Mount Pleasant. So Treasure Beach have a lot of work to do for this one. I'm gonna go Racing 3, Treasure Beach 1. This game will play at Treasure Beach. Well, Treasure Beach tend to play quite better at home. That's down at Sets. But I do think that Racing have too much firepower at this present moment. Next up on the agenda, we have is Arnett Garden versus Phoenix Chapleton Maroon. Now, this one is an interesting one, right? Because Arnett Garden always do well versus Chapleton Maroon. But the new reform and rebranded Chapleton Maroon is in great form right at this present moment. Brilliant form. They are leading on the table. 3 from 3 so far. 9 points. They are looking fine style. Arnett Garden still in the phase of getting there, getting better. But obviously since the players of Jaime Thomas, Fabian Reed, Oshiki Kelson, Wizard, and these guys, since these guys have come in and they have been integrated back into the squad, regaining back fitness, they have looked significantly better, I would say. It's going to be a closely contested game, but I do think that this game might go in favor of Arnett Garden, especially the fact that this game is going to play at Turner's Oval. Interesting. Why would Arnett Garden play the home game at Turner's Oval? Turner's Oval. Not really understand that still, but that must be on a fixture. Yeah. And an Arnett Garden home game. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Probably not going to request some information on that. I do apologize. I'm sure I actually have this information at hand. But quite interesting. I'm going to go Arnett Garden, even though Phoenix Chapleton Maroon, they're playing very, very well down at Turner's, as I said, defeating Tivoli Garden down there, defeating Portmore United down there. So another big guns coming down there. It could go either way. You know what? I go for a draw. I go for a 1-1 draw. I go for a 1-1 draw. I think Chapleton is in really good form right now, and Arnett Garden up on a building phase. So I go for a draw, a 1-1 draw. Montego Bay versus Tivoli Garden down at Catching All. 7 p.m. this game. This is going to be a good matchup. I'm looking at a 2-1 Montego Bay. I do think that Tivoli still have certain things to work on defensively. They were really good versus Portmore United to keep Portmore United out. So I do believe that they can defend quite well, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to keep up Montego Bay for too long. The countless amount of firepower that Montego Bay have, it's going to be very, very difficult. So I'm going to say Montego Bay. I'm going to say Tivoli can score. And also depends on if Trey come back. And if he come back. Anyways, I'm going to say Montego Bay 2-1. Monday Night Football we have at Jerusalem Mini Stadium. And we have Malines versus Dunbeholden. Malines start off the season quite poor, but they are gradually getting a bit better. But certainly they would want to improve a lot faster on how they are right now. They drew versus Mount Pleasant and drew versus Treasure Beach. So they kind of depend to back-to-back draw right now and hoping that they can get something. Dunbeholden not at home, say no, say you won't get that heavy fight or that tough fight from Dunbeholden. I think I'm going to go with, I think Malines I go squeeze that one. I'm going to say 2-1 Malines. Then final match of the game week, Waterhouse versus Abberview. Abberview, who is in not good form right now. Not at all. Things look sticky at Abberview. Very, very sticky. Waterhouse at Jerusalem. Tough place to beat Waterhouse. Very, very tough place. I'm going to go with Waterhouse. I'm going to say Waterhouse 2, Abberview 0. And this is quite an interesting game week. I think with a far from the game, the table start taking really, really proper shape. Probably after the 10th game week, we're going to see the table taking real shape. But it's not so bad so far. I think we can work with that. Anyways, drop your predictions in the comment section, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. God bless. Boom. Outside. And I mean, pop, pop.